Hey there, welcome to Pepper Geek. In this video, I'll show you how to make this creamy jalapeno sauce. So this sauce is a popular condiment in Tex-Mex cuisine, and it's also known as salsa doña. The ingredients are incredibly simple. You probably have everything you need to make this sauce on hand already, and it really focuses on the flavor and beautiful color of fresh green jalapenos. It's super easy to make. It comes together in just 15 minutes or so, and it's the perfect addition to taco night. Now this creamy jalapeno sauce is not a long-term preservation method like some of our other hot sauce recipes. This one, you'll want to keep it in the fridge and it'll last maybe 1 or 2 weeks, but I don't think you'll need that much time. Hopefully you have a use for it right away and you can use it right up. What's amazing about this sauce is, as you can see, it looks like it's creamy, like you've got sour cream or crema or something in there, but it doesn't actually have any dairy products at all. We'll be using a different ingredient altogether to give it this creamy texture. Before I get into it, if you want some free recipes from us, we have a free downloadable cookbook, which I'll leave linked in the description below. All you have to do is sign up for our weekly newsletters, where we send out recipes and pepper growing tips. Check out the link in the description below. So with that said, let's get started making this sauce. Okay, so for ingredients, it's very simple. 7 jalapenos, that's the star of the show here. About 7, if you're gonna weigh them, it's around 10 ounces of peppers. 1 small white onion. This is a particularly small onion that I'm using here that we grew, but you're aiming for around 5 ounces. 5 cloves of garlic, 2 tablespoons of fresh lime juice, that's about the juice of 1 single lime, a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, about a teaspoon of salt, and finally a 1/3 cup of neutral tasting oil. I'm using avocado oil here, but you could use grapeseed oil or vegetable oil. Try to avoid olive oil because it can impart some flavor to the sauce that can change its overall flavor profile. You'll also need a large pot to cook up the peppers and onions, and a high-powered blender ideally, or you could use a food processor if it's all you have. So with that, let's make the sauce. To start, we're gonna cook the peppers and onions, and to do this, I'm gonna boil them just in some water for about 7 to 10 minutes. But you don't have to use the boiling method. If you wanna cook them another way, that's totally fine. You can roast the vegetables in the oven, throw them on the grill for 15 or 20 minutes until they're nice and blackened up. You can even smoke them if you have a smoker and you want to impart some additional flavor that way. But the easiest method, and the way that we usually do this, is by boiling. To do that, add the jalapenos to a large pot along with the chopped onion. Add water until the vegetables are just covered. Bring them to a boil for about 7 to 10 minutes, depending on the thickness of your peppers, just until the jalapenos are fork tender, but they still have a nice vibrant color. While that's on the stove, I want to talk about some modifications you can make to this sauce to make it your own. I do recommend making it in this simple form for the first time, but you can easily modify it. For example, I have some chipotle peppers here. You could rehydrate these and blend them in with the sauce for a smokier flavor, or you can use different peppers entirely to suit your own tastes and also heat preferences. You could make this creamy sauce into a yellow color using something like this hot banana pepper, or you could make a creamy red sauce with red jalapenos or a spicier pepper like a habanero. I tend to really like how the sauce looks in its green form. It's got that softened sort of pale green coloration to it. It's just gorgeous, but I imagine it would look cool in a yellow form or even a red form as well. You could also leave the onion out entirely if you want to go for an even more pure jalapeno flavor. I've definitely seen it done that way, and you'll end up with much more of that rich jalapeno taste. And of course, you can add spices to your liking. If there's a particular spice that you like, you can add it in at the end and experiment with your final base sauce by blending in some of your favorite spices. While the peppers are boiling, make sure you flip them over. They do tend to float on the water, so flip them over about halfway through cooking to make sure they're cooking evenly. And the goal of cooking here really is just to soften up the ingredients. We don't want to overcook them. They can lose too much of their color, and some of the flavor can also start to leach out if you overcook. Now you can see the jalapenos are fork tender. The fork goes right in, no problem. Reserve a little bit of the cooking liquid for later on, just in case the sauce is a little bit thicker than you'd like it. You can thin it down using the cooking water. Okay, so the jalapenos are perfectly cooked, not overcooked. Again, you don't want to go too far and lose too much of that color. Really just until they're fork tender and they'll blend up nicely. Now we're just going to remove the stems from the jalapenos and add them to the blender along with the onion. Then I'll add the lime juice, a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, the 5 cloves of fresh garlic, and the 1 teaspoon of salt. And before I add the oil, I'm gonna blend this down just a little bit, just so that it comes together a bit, and then I'll slowly drizzle the oil in while it's blending to emulsify the sauce. So at this point, it kind of looks like salsa verde. It probably doesn't taste too bad on its own, but the oil really brings this sauce together. It emulsifies it, like I said, and makes it much creamier. It almost looks like it has cream in it because it changes the color and the texture so drastically. Let's add the oil. Okay. The color of this is unbelievable. It's a beautiful shade of green. I really can't emphasize that enough. And I really think a high-powered blender like this Vitamix here does a much better job than, say, a food processor, because it really just totally minces everything, seeds and all. You can't recognize anything but this uniform, beautiful, creamy texture to the jalapeno sauce. And it would look great in a hot sauce bottle, but unfortunately this isn't really a long-term preservation method, like I said, so I just tend to store it in a Pyrex like this in the fridge and use it within a week or two. All right, let's pour it into this dish and make it look pretty. And while I don't have any tacos here with me today, I do have a spoon, so let's give it a try. Oh my gosh. I could just eat spoonfuls of this until this thing is gone. Unbelievably flavorful. Those jalapenos are so fresh. They came out of the garden today, so that does make a big difference. If you grow your own, it's gonna taste better, and it really lets the flavor of the jalapenos shine. There's really not much else in here, and it doesn't need anything else. It's delicious on its own, but amazing over tacos and other Tex-Mex. It also has a ton of different uses. You can just dip some corn chips in this, or you can use it as sort of a vinaigrette over your salads if you really like spicy food. You can use it as a sandwich spread, even over eggs in the morning. But my favorite way to use it is over tacos and other Tex-Mex dishes that we make here at home. It's the perfect finishing drizzle over a taco. You can use it as a stand-in to sour cream because it's so creamy and it adds so much flavor and spice. You're gonna find a lot of uses for this sauce. I hope you'll give our creamy jalapeno sauce a try, and if you do, let us know how you liked it in the comments below, and leave us a star rating on our website if you have the time. Thanks for watching Pepper Geek, and I'll see you next time. Mmm!